Now the fact is, with the whole Captain Marvel fiasco, if you want to call it that, or the Captain Marvel, the latest chapter in a ludicrous culture war, is down to the so-called, again, trolls and troll bots. It's all trolls, and I do understand that a lot of reviews have been attributed to just people trolling instead of people actually, legitimately not liking it. And they've been, fiddling. I've seen evidence of it. They've been fiddling with the ratings. They've been removing reviews. There's also botted positive reviews that are all the same. I'm not going to go into it right now because I'm talking about something similar to it. But but look into it. It's out there, and it's like, oh come on, man! Like, people are still going to go fucking see it. It's weird. Like, people are still going to see it. It's Marvel. They're all fucking addicted to that crap. So there's a lot of that going on. And Rotten Tomatoes are being a bit iffy. A bit of an iffy, it's been an iffy website, really. The way they've sort of succumbed to pressure, because it is like now sort of the standard. Like, everyone goes to Rotten Tomatoes to, used to be Roger Ebert and shit like that. Alright, I don't know who else's reviews were like considered the most key, but if you look at most Wikipedia pages of films, like, it always says critical reception. Roger Ebert is always in there somewhere, giving his fucking opinion. Now Rotten Tomatoes is like the standard, and so therefore, I guess Hollywood studios know that, and now they're trying to fuck with it. A free and open internet can still be manipulated by tyranny. Tyrannical, out of control, monolithic, massive, globalized governments, massive corporate overlords and shit. So which leads to this, really, is that, the whole thing, it's just people trolling, as if there's that many, like, super trolls online. Everyone just loves blaming stuff on trolls and bot trolls, Russian bots. Like, it's just the popular thing to blame everyone's mess on these days, isn't it? The mess of Brexit. It's troll bots. Everyone's upset Donald Trump was president. It's troll bots. People don't like this film. It's troll bots. As if any sort of opinion that doesn't go with the opinion of others, like, it can't be real. It has to be people. It has to be 4chan or troll bots. Every time. It's like this is one of the new bogeymen of the world. And I always said, like they're trying to say the new bogeyman is like the far right. Like, it's like, oh, the far right, the far right, the far right. It's like, I haven't seen the far right do anything. What's going on? Like, the IRA have done more recently than the fucking far right. They sent some actual bombs. The IRA. What the fuck? Where did they come? Like, the IRA suddenly came out of nowhere. Well, hello, we are back. Sorry, I was doing the wrong actually. We're back. Remember us, you bastards. Remember us. Never, never, never remember us. Like, they're fucking doing more than the far right are. But I think the real bogeyman out there, the real, like, it used to be like, ooh, Osama bin Laden. Good God, he's behind everything. Like, see, my son is ill. It must be Osama bin Laden. And then you have the other lunatics going, oh my God, I've lost my job. It must be the Jews. Yeah, so it must be the Rothschilds made me lose my job. They were the other bogeyman. But now we got this bogeyman that's embraced by fucking by the mainstream. It's fantastic. This big. It's great. It's embraced by everybody. It's the troll bot. It's a Russian troll bot doing everything. Oh, well, that's fantastic. Oh, good, wonderful. The Russian troll bot is out on the loose. God, I'm so terrified of that Russian troll bot meddling in everything. But anyway, because of the Russian troll bot, this lunatic. I mean, look at her. She clearly, like, that is. Come on, huh? If she was a teacher at school, what? What sort of a time would you give her? A fucking hard time, alright? Face facts. Law of the jungle, bitch. So her name's Brianna Wu. Like, is she part Chinese? No. Maybe her husband is Chinese. I didn't think about that. Oh, the patriarchy. Right, Brianna Wu calls for government legislation in response to negative Captain Marvel reviews. That's right. The government need to get involved because Captain Marvel, a multi-million-dollar Hollywood movie, has had negative reviews. And this is what's important in the world, and the government need to step in. That's right. The government need to do their duty and save Hollywood from having bad reviews online. That's what's important. Forget about, exploitation of children. No. Forget about your 12-year-old child being cyberbullied. No. Forget about the spread of extremism. No. Forget about the fact that, I don't know, what else is there? Well, there's plenty else that's fucking bad, isn't there? Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. But no. Hollywood. The government is stepping on it. That sort of thinking is me. I can feel rage building in me of how ridiculous. What a ridiculous thing that is. So here we go. Look at this. This is bounding into comics. I found this. I seen someone share a link about it. It is on other things, but look at this. What's it? 21 reasons Ivanka is the hottest first daughter. To be fair, she is. Like, I can't remember. Yeah, they're all pretty rotten, aren't they? Up until her. I mean, I'm not really into that kind of thing, but best of a very bad bunch, has to be said. But anyway, let's go on. No wonder his father wanted to kiss her. Yeah. Right, in last year's midterm race for seats in the United States House of Representatives, anti-Gamergate personality and Revolution 60 developer Brianna Wu. And what's Revolution 60, just so I can get an idea of what sort of lunatic I'm doing? Revolution 60. What the fuck is that? Sounds absolute It's an adventure video game developed and published by Giant Space Cat for iOS. Looks like it's got mediocre reviews. What is it? Is it something to do with women? Probably. I don't know. I don't play games, man. Too busy for that shit. Giant Space Cat is a Kickstarter organised asking for $5,000 to port the game to PC and Mac. In addition, he said an unknown time in the future where political issues have grown between the US and China and space. That's interesting. Space has undergone major militarization. A US orbital weapons platform has malfunctioned and is drifting off course, triggering the possible political incident. An elite team of spies called Chessboard. Right, so it's not it's not some sort of activist group or political think tank. It's a fucking an outer space game. Right, okay. So she's an anti-Gamergate. What is anti-Gamergate? I don't get it. Brianna Wu ran as a Democratic candidate in the primary election for Massachusetts. Massive two tits, 8th of Congress. Oh, bored. Despite her political inexperience, Wu garnered 22.9%. Right, get to the point. What is her beef? Now, the House of Representatives election rapidly approach. Wu has once again announced for her candidacy. Oh god, she's a dangerous lunatic, which will feature a heavy emphasis on government regulation concerning internet relations. Of course. The once free and noble space of the internet is now going to get donkey punched by this wacky looking twat. Right, but Wu appeared as a guest on Bloomberg Technology, wherein she discussed her upcoming campaign. During the conversation, Chang asked Wu about her feelings regarding the narrative that the upcoming Captain Marvel and lead actress Brie Larson were being harassed due to the emphasis on a strong female superhero. Now, I don't think she was being harassed per se, but I would say people just upset. I don't know. People just hating her because she was hating on people. She's just talking fucking nonsense. She's been an absolute goofball. She's just an entitled little twat. So, like, if you're gonna go off and if you're gonna go run in your mouth and you're an uber celebrity, you can expect a bit of backlash. It's like fucking just cry into your millions. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? For goodness sake. It's kind of a familiar story at this point, right? We were here with Ghostbusters. Please stop playing that record. It seems like any time a woman steps forward and tries to put her toe in the water for a male-dominated field, we're right back here. That's just fucking total nonsense right there. I don't even need to. Do I need to debunk that? No. Just like, play the other tune. This is we're saying harassment against women. Let's fucking get this. Harassment against superstars. Like, I guarantee. Look, the one thing you get harassed, like, women will get harassed online as much as men, maybe more, but women will get harassed more only in one way, and that's from sexual advantages. Sexual advances from online pervs. That is the biggest threat to women. That is the harassment. If you know about being harassed in a more horrible way, because I'd like to be fucking hit on by loads of online pervs. To be honest, it's like when did that become harassment? It's like, is that even harassment? It's like, all right, so. Oh yeah, people are always trying to ask me to have sex with them. It's like, oh my god, well, what an awful life you have. That so many people want to have sex with you. You're not blowing your own trumpet by any chance. No, really? It seems like you're blowing smoke up your ass about how fucking great you are. No. It's an actual horrible thing. But it is bothersome. But anyway, I guarantee, like, the most people like giving shit would be, it'd be girls to other girls. That's what I worry about. Like, young girls who get bullied online are gonna be getting bullied by other girls, whereas boys will go out and just smack the shit out of each other like proper human beings are supposed to do. But girls will be like going, and girls, that gets the girls as well. They're emotional, It's an emotional time being young. That's what you should be concentrating on. That is definitely something that needs to be worked out. That's something that needs to be worked out. For sure. And also, kids being fucking groomed. Like, why aren't we talking about kids getting groomed anymore? It's like it isn't a problem. Or fucking people being groomed to become terrorists. Like, bring it back to old Shamima and her crew. Like, that shouldn't be going on. Oh no, Brie Larson's has some bad reviews. Shut the internet down. You fucking lunatic. Jang, social media platforms have they say been working hard? Twitter has made a lot of changes to fight online harassment, but does this go to show that they're just not getting it or doing enough? Your first story was about Facebook moving to more privacy. I feel like part of the backlash of women just being exhausted with being targeted online. It makes sense that people would want to move towards more private social profiles. I think it's hand in hand. I think it's just exhausting for us, all of us, dealing with this stuff. It is exhausting to have your multi-million-dollar movie criticized. God, and for you to go off and start running your mouth and saying some things that might piss some people off, and then them to react to it. I mean, God, what a terrible world we live in. What do you think about girls being nonced? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought that one through. But Captain Marvel can't lose money on its second weekend. That'd be terrible for humanity. He goes, did we get the girls back from Boko Haram? Did they come back? Because I remember the hashtag. Bring our girls back? Give them back? Wherever it was. Everyone was doing it. Can we have them back, please? You fucking loons. Oh, did we get them back? No, well, I don't know. But Brie Larson is upset. And Brie Larson wants to be the greatest superhero that time has ever known. All right, but are the girls back? No. We don't know if the girls are back. All right, but Brie Larson's upset. Forget the girls. Oh, so we're not getting the girls back. We're not going to get our girls back? They're just going to be... All right. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about anything important. Don't worry. Just carry on. Though Wu claims that Captain Marvel was targeted by trolls, those mischievous fucking trolls again. Honestly, these days, it's like living in a fucking fairy tale story, but it's rubbish. This just doesn't end. It's like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and it was trolls, and it was trolls, and it was trolls. It's like, where's the fucking story development? Because this is just going, it's like every time you hear something, it's just like literally, I could read most articles, like, or people just yapping on, or go on Twitter, and all I hear now is just, that's all I hear, that's all I read. I'm like, wow, this is insane. It's like, that's what used to do as the spaz face back in the day, in case you're wondering what that face is. Right, so the film currently holds an average rating of 65 on Metacritic, from both male and female reviewers. Oh no. Oh, right. Despite claims that the movie was being targeted for review bombs before release, most negative reviews were merely people stating that they would not be interested in seeing the film. Which is fair enough. It is ignorant to claim that no person exists who truly have targeted Larson and Captain Marvel. Yeah, I could believe that, due to personal misogynistic beliefs. I don't think so. But these bad actors are a very small percentage of the overall discussion surrounding the film. Well, that's balanced. In response to Wu's claims of misogynist harassment, Chang asked Wu if she believes more legislation is needed to combat the supposedly rampant issue. To which Wu replies that she believes Washington has a role to play in resolving the issue. That's right, because we must save Captain Marvel. Chang, they're trying to get it under control, and we'll see what more private Facebook looks like. But does this mean we need legislation? And Wu replies, I think there is certainly a role in Washington for us to address what women face both in the tech industry and what users face on the other side. Something we've seen in really big promises from Facebook, from Twitter, from Reddit, from all these companies, that they're going to address this situation. For me, looking at this in 2019, it's very hard for me to point out one thing that has concretely changed for women in the tech industry. So do I think Washington has a role to play? So I do think Washington has a role to play. Really? All right. That's like, you spin your little narrative to gain control over fucking, like, it's what they do all the time. So governments or anyone getting to political power, like, that's what they do all the time. Look at like the terrorism bills from back in the day, and how they've been using those against people. I don't want to come across sound like a conspiracy loon, but it fucking did happen. So it's like, and we were warned about it by conspiracy loons. So I'm thinking, well, fucking hell, maybe they have got a point, these lunatics. They're the lunatics we should listen to, perhaps, and not these fucking lunatics. But it's like, shit has gone down, man. They have introduced laws because of overblown problems. They go, oh well, this is happening, so therefore we need this law to stop this from happening because it's rampant. And then it's more censorship and fucking control. So pipe down with your silly shit. Do not use. And also, who cares? It's fucking Hollywood. It's a Hollywood film and a famous actress. Who fucking cares? All targeted by harassment. What? From reviews? From tweets? Get over it, you numbnuts. Like, I think it starts with letting these companies know that Washington is going to take it seriously. In the video game industry, famously, they held hearings about violence in the 90s. Then the video game industry looked at it and said, oh, if we don't get serious about this, they're going to regulate our field. And then our industry formed the ESRB and self-regulated, and it works amazingly well. Well, video game violence in the 90s, it's at insane levels now. Like, fucking, that was pre-GTA and shit like that. And then Red Dead Redemption, you can go and fucking rape and batter a woman's face in. What are you talking about? I didn't do shit. What are you talking about, you lunatic? I don't think this woman knows what she's on about. However, this example works against Wu's pro-legislation argument. The Entertainment Software Rating Board was established in 1994 amidst the moral panics concerning violent media, specifically violent video games, which would have been like fucking Mortal Kombat. Like, what? So, yeah. Sorry, I didn't even read it. It said Mortal Kombat. Such as Mortal Kombat. After months of debate between video game publishers and the US Congress, the ESRB was established precisely because large tech companies such as Nintendo and Sega did not want the US government to be the official regulatory administration for the entire industry. Aha, good. So Wu concludes her thoughts on combating trolls by supporting the use of legislation as a looming threat to bully the tech industry into compliance with these hypothetical federal regulations. What I think will happen is if you have people in Washington sitting on the Science, Space and Technology Subcommittee looking at this, that the threat of real legislation coming down the pipe will cause these companies to finally do the right thing. Well, they fucking are doing all kinds of shit anyway, you fucking lunatic. You see, you can't let it see. Look, a lot of this stuff is funny. It's just when you hear just lunacy all the time, it's like that is just hilarious. Well, you know, you shouldn't endorse it. You shouldn't like give it any credibility by taking it too seriously. You should go, shut up. That's what I do. I just mock it. I just go, look, this is nonsense. Shut up, you idiot. Do you know what I mean? It's like when a kid starts chatting shit. You're just like, you're a child. Will you be quiet? For goodness sake. I'll pander to you for a minute. But, you know, I'm trying to go, you know, it's adult time now. And adults need to talk. And you fuck off. Like, you know, kids chat shit. But it's like, but this situation is like kids play fighting. Now, you know, I ain't got kids, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews. And, you know, when they're all fucking together, you know, there's a bit of play, there's a bit of fighting. You know, and I mess around with them as well. And it's like, yeah, they mess around, you know, not mess around. Oh, I sound like Michael Jackson. No, you know, like, I'm shoving them and going, yeah, like fucking taking the piss out of them, throwing stuff at them, they're throwing stuff back at me, you know, like snowballs and shit. I'm not talking about like bricks and stuff. I'm not an animal, you know. But then, and it's funny, ha 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 ha. But then they take it a bit too far, and it's like, and you know, but you know, recently it was my brother and his kids, and then they were throwing snowballs, and I was getting pelted with them, and I was like, they're really starting to fuck me off. And he's like, come on, man, it's fine. And then they threw an ice hard. It was kind of poetic justice. They threw a really hard icicle block straight in his eyes, and he's like, ah! He was genuinely in pain. I thought his eyes had been cut out, and that was when, right, enough is enough. Now the point of this analogy in the story is when this lunacy starts affecting, when they want it to regulate, and they want it to silence, and they want it to censor, then you got to stand up and say, fuck you, sit the fuck down, we're not having it. And that's when you start with, you know, you still got to laugh, but you got to take it a bit seriously, because these lunatics will do whatever it takes, and because this happens all the time. It happens all the time. Starts creeping up, and then you've got people going, oh no, we need to regulate everything, like, rah, rah, rah. It's like, no you fucking don't. No you don't. Calm the fuck down. And they use, and you know, first they started using this far right thing, and now they've been using the whole troll thing is now a new weapon. That's like, oh, it's trolls. And as you've seen with the recent, you know, with the supposed expose of Facebook monitoring certain keywords, like anything to do with Pepe the Frog, like "ree" and saying "cuck" or whatever it is that they associate with, like, which they say is alt-right shit, or this is troll shit. Anything that's trolly, if it's considered trolling, like being trolly, if they think it's trolling, and then they can define, well, what's trolling? What I'm doing now is probably considered trolling. What is it? It's like trolling. Oh, you're a troll. Therefore, you're a troll. You're an abuser. You're an aggressor. You're a harasser. You have no place on this space. You need to go, and then you're banished from the internet. And it's like, the internet is real. I think people get a misconception. The internet is real life now. It's like, I know people act a certain way on the internet, not in public, but it's kind of changing, where so much is online. So much of our lives is online. It's like, you know, can you remember what life was like before it? I fucking